Welcome back to another GeekaWhat video. In today's video, I'm taking you over the best £400 gaming PC build for the months of November and December 2015. This build is easily capable of smashing the latest AAA titles at 1080p, 45 to 60 frames per second, and some of the most popular titles such as World of Warcraft, League of Legends, Minecraft, and CSGO at 1080p, 60 to 100 frames per second on very high settings. Without any further ado, let's get straight into it. Now the CPU choice instantly seemed a little bit weird. I've gone for the i3-4150. It's a dual-core CPU, but this CPU does include hyperthreading, which means it will have two physical and the computer will see it as two virtual hyperthreaded cores, which means that in total you have 4 cores, which makes the CPU compatible for every single game that you can buy. You don't be fooled by the lack of physical cores in comparison to something like the Athlon X4 860K, as that does have much weaker 4 cores and this does have a stronger 2 cores and a stronger 2 hyper-threaded cores. And for £85, this CPU really is a solid choice from Intel. Comes out the box 3.5 GHz, isn't overclockable, but on the stock cooler you're not going to be doing much overclocking anyway. For the motherboard, I went for the MSI H81M-E35. I love MSI's E35 and E45 series of motherboards purely because they're super reliable. The military class 3 on them makes them great. If you did go for an overclockable CPU, so one with a K after it, you would be able to one-click overclock on this motherboard as well. It's the MSI H81M-E35 V2. Comes in a micro ATX form factor, which is the middle tier, sort of middle-sized motherboard. So you're not paying a premium for compact and small, and you're not paying a premium for huge and all the functionality either. Comes in at £40 and really is a great buy. No need for something like Skylake, not at this level, purely because of the much higher price in DDR4. And the memory, the DDR3 in this build is where you really save a hell of a lot of money. With the release of DDR4, which really doesn't make that much of an improvement for gaming, DDR3 has gone down significantly in price. And I'm saying that I paid double the amount for this kit just a little under a year ago. It's the Kingston HyperX Fury. I've got a blue one in the parts list, however you can get a black, red or a white kit as well if you do desire. I've gone for 2 4GB DIMMs, which gives you dual channel performance in the memory, which gives you twice the bandwidth as well. We've got £35 for a DDR3 1600MHz kit from Kingston. Absolutely trust this stuff, love their HyperX Fury RAM. For storage, I went for a Western Digital Caviar Blue. It's a 1TB drive, so 1000GB in a 3.5-inch 7200 RPM sort of form factor and speed. That's really the standard, the fastest you can get for really hard drives. £40, really solid buy. You can also get the Seagate Barracuda 1TB, which is a tiny little bit cheaper. I'm talking a couple of quid. However, this drive is seen to be more reliable. For the graphics card, I went for one of AMD's new 300 series GPUs, the R7 370. It's got a 4GB frame buffer, which is a little bit overkill given where it is. However, 4GB is going to be better than 2GB. And if you did want to push CSGO or some of the easier to run games, World of Warcraft, League of Legends, up to 1440p, then that frame buffer will facilitate that. However, for 1080p, this card really is the sweet spot. £145, really solid card from Asus. The case I've gone for is the Thermaltake Versa H23. I've gone for Thermaltake Versa H21 and 22 in the past on many previous occasions. However, the H23 has got a better front I/O layout, a side panel window and some better ventilation, which means you can see your build in all of its glory. Comes in at £25 and is a really nice choice from Thermaltake with front panel USB 3. For power supply, I went for the EVGA 500W 80+ certified power supply. That means it's the 80+ certification means that it's certified to run above 80% efficiency at all times, so it will always output over 400 watts, which is plenty for this build, if not 500 watts, which not only saves you money at the wall, but also makes your system last longer and makes it more efficient. It's £30, sorry, and a really solid choice. You've got around 250 watts of headroom. So if you did want to add a couple of hard drives in later on down the line, or even upgrade the CPU and the motherboard, this power supply is easily able to facilitate that. And that is my best £400 gaming PC build for the months of November and December 2015. Keep a lookout for my 2016 PC builds, which will be launching on the 31st of December 2015, ready for the new year. So make sure to subscribe if you're not already. Drop a like rating so more people get to see this video, and we'll see you in the next GeekaWhat video.